How you going, everyone? My name's Jason. I thought I'd make this video tutorial of the workflow from Lightwave to UDK. I searched the internet and I couldn't find a tutorial like this anywhere, so I thought that I'd help people out. I spent the last 40 hours trying to figure out a workflow. I love Lightwave so much; it's so easy to use and user friendly. So I spent, like I said, a whole stack of time trying to figure it out, and I think I've figured it out. It's unbelievably easy actually, and it's really good. I'm really happy with the results. So let's begin. What I want to do is create a mesh, something basic, and then create a UV with it, and then we'll use that UV also as a light map, which you probably know of if you understand UDK. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to do. Basically, just do what you would do from any other 3D program and put it into UDK as easy as possible. Okay, so let's get going. So we'll create, I was thinking of, I'm making like a little environment at the moment. It's nothing fancy, it's just like a tomb. So I've made a couple of pillars to go in the tomb. I thought maybe we could just do like a pillar because it's really quick. So let's just do that. So if we go, say, a disk, you hit W, not W, always hit W. You probably don't want so many, probably maybe a few more sides, 12. No segments. I don't think we need segments. I'll maybe put in a couple. Oh, actually, yeah, we do need segments, don't we? Put in 6. 6 segments, okay. And hit enter, and then get rid of the numeric tab, and hit F2 to center it. Okay, okay, now we've got it centered. Let's go to polygon mode, and we'll delete the top. Delete the bottom, and hit tab. Okay, tab for subdivision. And now, let me think. Now, if we go surface, we just tick smoothing. Just that way, it will keep some of it smoothing when we export it to UDK. Okay, now. Go to points, we'll select the top points. Actually, before we do that, go to edge mode, and we just put the edges in their place where we want them to go. So we'll put an edge up there. Oh, by the way, if you click on an edge and then you hit the right arrow key, it'll select all of them, which is pretty cool. Move that one, T, and move that to say that one there maybe. All I'm doing is just lighting them up a little bit, that's all. And we'll put this one down, and we'll put it up about there. Line this one up a bit more. I like using these lines as guides, of course. Okay. Now what we can do is perhaps get this one, and if you go Shift H, we'll go over here and just bring it in a bit. T, bring it up, maybe something like that. Okay, then we can go this one, T, move that down, about there. And if you go Shift K for the knife, and maybe put one in there, put a knife cut in there, and then we can select this one, Shift H, and then we can move that one in as well. T, move it down a bit, maybe move, whoops, deselect, grab all of those ones, perhaps move that up. Shift K for the knife, and maybe put another one in there. Shift H and move it out. And then T, move it up. Yeah, something like that, you know, like, you don't want it, you know, you don't want to spend too long on it. Shift H, move that out again a bit more. T, bring it back down. That'll do. Okay, you get the idea anyway. Yeah, you just do whatever you want, really. I just wanted to make something just quickly. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Now what do we need to do? We need to create a map, a UV map. So if you go down here on the bottom right, click T for texture, and create new. And we want to make a UV, so UV1. Okay, we want it cylindrical because it's cylinder and it's on the y-axis pointing up in the air. So we go here, actually go to top view and make it UV. Press A, bring it in closer and go create. And then Shift H to size it, just bring it down a bit, give it a little bit of leeway, a bit of a buffer space. Okay, and there's our UV map for it. Okay, so that's it. That's all we have to do. So we just go save. I'll just make sure surface yeah, smoothing. It's good. There's only just the default because we'll do the texture in UDK. Okay, so save that. Save object. Lightwave pillar 2, save, file, export as FBX, and choose your latest version that you have. FBX version, I got 2012, so I'll be using that one. Actually, before we do that, something I forgot is you want to hit T, and we want to bring it up so it's at the surface. So if you hold down the control, and we just raise it so it's at the ground level there, the bottom. There we go. So that'll come into UDK nicely now. I've got a feeling there's something else. The light map, we can use that as the light map that we made, the UV. What else am I missing? I think that's it. Alright, so save that again. Save, export as, that's what it was. I knew. You want to make sure it's decent size. Because the scale, export scale to UDK is a lot smaller. So I've got it, 50 meters every square, you know, so that probably import about right into UDK. So, okay, so yeah, so make sure it's smaller. It's just that if you import into UDK and it's too small and you enlarge it, you get overlapping, UVs and all sorts of crazy things will happen. So just make sure it's a bit bigger. If anything, then you can shrink it down. It's better than making it bigger. Okay, so export it as FBX, latest version. Okay, pillar 2. Save. Okay. Now we will run UDK. Mouth is dry. I'm talking too much. Alright. Now, if you Alright, I've already got in my package, so I'll import it here where my package is, or you can create your own simply by clicking the import, and we'll just go to where I saved it, which 3D objects, ruins, pillar 2, and see my package grouping, I'll call it static static meshes. Okay, and you want to make sure materials are turned off because there's no materials on it. And to keep the surface, which it took me forever to try and figure this out. Lightwave doesn't keep the surfaces. What do you call it? Like smooth surfaces when you export it as FBX. But if you click on this explicit normals, that'll force UDK to recognize or to smooth the surfaces, which is a big bonus. So make sure that's ticked and click OK. And that's telling you about that there's no smoothing groups because, like I just said, Lightwave doesn't export smoothing groups in FBX. I don't know why. Every other program I've used does, but this doesn't. But it doesn't matter. Just click OK because the explicit normals that does the trick. Okay, so there's our model. Of course, it's really low poly. So yeah. Anyway, so there it is. So now what we want to do is go material. You'll go over here. Now UDK already have materials and stuff. I've imported a few on my own. If you want to know how to import materials and things like that, then just write in the comments below and ask me, and I'll do a tutorial for you on that. Okay, so my packages, where have we got materials, or you just go on that and go materials up here, and then just search for a material. I've imported a couple of bricks stuff like earlier on, so you can just pick one. Like the UDK have got a bunch. If not, then you just import your own. Just make sure that they're at the power of 2 whenever you know, like 8, 16, 32, 64, that type of thing, so they're square. Make sure it's not JPEG, anything but JPEG basically. For instance, PNG or Targa are the two main ones that you want to use, and that's really it. Okay, so all I did with these textures is I just made a normal map and then just the texture itself, put it into the normal, put it into diffuse. Okay, so you just click on that, for instance, and then this little arrow where it says under LOD info, the first material, which is the default in Lightwave, just click the arrow and voila, it's chucked its texture on there. It's looking nice. Okay, so now we can go to static meshes, and there's our mesh. Okay, awesome. Now what I'll do is I'll just make a quick little, just really briefly, just make a quick scene, just so you can see, you know, that the light maps and everything. Oh, actually, talking about light maps, just reminded me, go to the light map coordinates, double click on it, on the mesh that you made, and light map coordinates, make sure it's on 0, sorry, it'll be on 1, put it on 0, okay, and you're done. And collision, suppose you put collision, so collision, click on this little collision button, go to collision, and 6 simplified. It's just all too easy, isn't it? Alright, so now it's collided, it's got collision, it's got light map, it's got textures, it's looking pretty good, it's looking pretty smick. It's a super simple low poly model, and so I'll make a quick little scene and just for demo purposes, just so you can see it's definitely working and everything. So I'll pause and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back now. This is a quick little scene that I made, just with our pillars there. Just chucked a couple of things in quickly just so you can see what's going on, and just to show you that the light maps and stuff, although they've gone off the ground there, but well, anyway, there's no errors, and yeah, the light maps work perfectly fine, which is great. Yeah, and there's our cool looking scene. Our pillars looking smick. Only took like 2 minutes to do. Yeah, so anyway, I hope I helped you out. I hope you discovered some pretty cool little things that you can do, and how easy and effective it is once you know what you're doing and you spend 30 hours trying to figure it out. After that, it's actually very simple. It's very simple for you guys now. But so if you like my tutorial, please thumbs up or subscribe or leave a comment would be great, just so I know that my efforts aren't going in vain. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah, I hope you liked my tutorial, and I hope to see you again in some more tutorials later. Like I said, leave a comment if there's any questions, or if you want to learn how to maybe bring in the textures as well or something. I'm most definitely happy to help anyone out. So have a nice day, everyone, and ciao for now.